Hello and welcome everyone to this week's COT review. I'm Thomas from COTbase.com. Today we're going to be looking at the 18th Commitment to Traders report of 2019, and we shall start this review with the Australian dollar. We had a 17% change in commercials positions, 15 in large speculators and 14 in small speculators. Of course, these changes have been larger than average, so we can state that this is a COT change signal, a bullish one. Probably affecting the market early next week, meaning there's a possibility that we will see higher prices coming. Now, if we jump over to the 5 years chart, we can analyze the COT Extreme situation, and you can see that we are getting closer and closer towards all-time or close to all-time bullish extreme levels. This, of course, could happen in the next couple of weeks. And you can also have a chance to see how well the market reacted to these bullish extremes in the past. And of course, you can come to the conclusion, which is quite obvious, that there has been a significant correlation between these COT extremes and the market. Moving on to gold, where we have a 16% change in commercials positions, the exact same change size in large speculators. Of course, this will be more visible on this 1 year's chart. A bit larger than average, but nothing too unusual. This is, of course, a bearish COT change signal suggesting a bit of a decline coming in the near future. Again, jumping to the 5 years chart, you can see that we have had this all-time or close to all-time bullish extreme in the market last year in September and October. It was, of course, as you can see, a successful COT extreme signal pushing the price of gold higher. Of course, as the market started moving higher, we have been seeing a bit of a decrease in the stress level of the market, but as you can see in the past couple of weeks, the extreme started to grow towards the bullish side of the market. Nothing too unusual here this week, so might as well just move on to sugar and see this 12% change over there in commercials positions. You can see that change size over there, and also you can see both large speculators and commercials being net short, meaning only small speculators are taking the long side of the market right now. Of course, this change size or this COT change signal is bullish, coming after a decline this week in sugar, suggesting there could be a bit of a bounce back to the upside early next week. Now, jumping to the 5 years chart, you can see that we are still much closer to the bullish extreme levels, and of course, as you can see in the past, well, basically 2 years, we've been at these levels, nothing too unusual. So let's move on and have a look at large speculators COT Extreme. We're going to jump over the true US dollar index. That's something for our subscribers, but let's open Euro, where we have this 125 report extreme in large speculators. You can see that this is, of course, a bullish COT extreme that can easily increase in the next couple of month actually. We've seen much greater extremes in the past, so we're not at those levels yet. So this suggests that the trend in the euro, this downtrend, could continue. Platinum is our next market with a 59 report extreme, and you can see that extreme over there. Similarly to euro, there's some space left, maybe not as much, for this extreme to grow even larger. This, of course, is a bearish extreme, and you can see how the market reacted to these extremes in the past. You can see that actually there has already been a bit of a decline in platinum in the past few weeks. Swiss franc is our last market for this review. We have a 34 report extreme over there, but if we open this chart, of course, it's visible that we are very near these all-time or close to all-time extremes. Bullish extreme, of course, expecting a bottom developing in the next couple of weeks, month, maybe. It's hard to tell. One thing's for sure, the stress level is building up, and it is indicating a bullish COT extreme signal. So that was all for this review. Of course, this is just a brief review about these markets, but you can, of course, analyze many more and much deeper. If you check out the service, you can of course look at COT, other COT report types, the disaggregated, the TIF, and the CIT. You can analyze other data types. The futures only, of course, is the default one, but you can analyze it together with options, or, which is a cool new feature in the new version of COT Base, you can analyze the options only data as well. Of course, there are many data sets to analyze. In the review, we only look at the net positions. And of course, as I mentioned, we only view a few market categories, but there's some other market categories like the cryptocurrencies, which is of course a very exciting new market category that has been with us only for a year, maybe. And of course, you can do a more in-depth COT analysis by looking at multiple report change signals. You can do a COT Extreme analysis using the COT index, the move index as well. And of course, you can always look at the long-term trend indicator, which of course now you can also chart. And we have the volume and open interest analysis, as always, a very important tool in analyzing markets. Of course, you can also look at older reports and do a historical analysis on those. So a lot of great features here. I hope you will give it a chance and check it out. So that was all for this review. I appreciate your attention. Thank you very much for being with me this week, and I hope you will join the next COT review in 1 week time. Have a great weekend. Take care. Goodbye.